Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Citizens of the World. And this is from writer, director, and star Gianni Di Gregorio. And this film takes place in Italy. It's a group of three aging Italian men who decide, you know what, we're retired, we have pensions, we're doing our thing, but let's go shake up our lives. And they want to go abroad, move to a new place. And really, the heart and soul of this film is the relationship that we have between these three men, which De Gregorio plays a professor who's retired, and throughout the film he has some moments where he's kind of hitting on this woman, and he's catching some feelings, and there's that conflict because he's planning on leaving, but she's very beautiful, and she's interesting, and he wants to get to know her a little bit. You have Giorgio Colangeli, who plays another one of the men, who his situation is more, he's retired, he doesn't have a whole lot of money to work with, but he doesn't really tell his friends that, and he's trying to get some money off of his brother, who's been working the family food stand for seems like years. And you have Giorgetto, who is his character, who's trying to get some money out of his brother, but his brother's just like, you gotta work for this. I'm not just gonna hand you things. And then we have our last friend, who seems to be the most, the wild and most adventurous of all of them. Attilio, played by Ennio Fastaccini. And you have him, he's in this situation, he has his daughter, and you can tell, he hasn't always been there for his daughter, so, his daughter isn't, super, how could you leave me now, and blah, blah, blah. It's I've been there before. It's you're at this place. It's you don't have to feel attached, but, you can tell he feels guilty about leaving a bit. And he's the one who's trying to really rustle things up, because he kind of has this thing going on where, maybe he wants to set up a business and make some money and stuff like that, and he's talking to the man who's organizing everything. It's make a hotel, do this, do that. And you have the struggle of them trying to figure out where they want to go, because that's a big question. And they have a whole entire scene with this man who's helping them plan, and he goes through all these different things, and they're pfft. And then you have Attilio, who's just oh no, it's all fine, and then the professor and Giorgetto are just earthquakes, seaquakes, jellyfish, and they get a little more worried about going, but they're all going through their own processes of being friends, but each of them confronting this last big transition in life. Because what is that last big transition? You retire and then you live the rest of your life. But what do you do with it? And I feel like Citizens of the World does a really fine job of constructing that and us feeling that and us spending time with these characters and feeling the experiences that they're going through as they're trying to make this big life-changing decision. And they have their reservations. They try to figure out what they're going to do. And while this film does a really fine job of portraying that, you have Gianni Di Gregorio who's directing this, it's not elaborate, the direction, but it's meaningful and it's sensible and it's crafty in how the camera works, how things are framed, and there's some very crisp, well-framed shots throughout the film. There's one particular moment that's very well done where you have Giorgetto who's sitting in the van of the food van that brings all the produce in for his brother's food stand at 4 a.m. and you can just tell does he really want to be doing this to earn this money to go off? Does he really want to go off? And the camera's just slowly pulling back from the alley as he's just sitting there slumped over, sitting on the side of the van. And those kinds of moments, the direction is really impressive in how it helps build that story and create that feeling for the audience to better understand what the characters are going through. And in the end, this is a well put together film. It's a fine little film. They're strong performances with interesting characters. This isn't going to be something to blow you away, but it's a really fun time. And it's a very enjoyable experience going along with these three friends, and Are they or aren't they going to be going off on that adventure? And you'll just have to find out by checking out Citizens of the World. But those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland Reviewer.